hello. Happy Sunday. Look who's back. The celebrity that's in the contract that she only joins me once a week now. So we have that worked out to where the big time celebrity can only be here once a
Try
week.
not to take too much of your shine. That's why.
Yeah, they all said that interview was great without you. So I mean,
It was. It
I
was a
know.
fantastic
I know. I was there.
interview.
I know. I was here. I did it. Thank you.
You and Gloria were amazing. Very interesting.
Hello, Anna, Deb, Nancy, Veronica, Celine. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday, if there is such a thing.
There is.
There is now. I just said it.
But here's the thing. John and I were talking the next day about his interview with Gloria. And I reminded John that when John and Gloria get talking, they have this rapport where they push each other back and forth with stuff, and they have open and honest conversations. And maybe there was a reason why I didn't feel well, and I ended up falling asleep and staying asleep. Maybe it was meant to be, because it was a very good interview.
See these shoulders? They were built to carry the weight. That's it. Period. Period. That's it. And the S is going to land where the S is going to land.
That's right.
If I have to step up and do it, I have to step up.
And so you should. You are the savior.
That's what happens.
You're the paranormal savior. So
Speaking of Gloria, if you're watching, there's good news for those of you who want it in on the class that she's doing. I just was going back and forth with Gloria. We're going to do it around Halloween. Sunday, October 27th. That's going to be pretty creepy. The weekend before Halloween. Of course, we have an event on the 26th, but October 27th, I don't have the hours. I think it's 10 to 2, something like that. It's on
10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon?
No, 10 at night. Of course, it's a Sunday night.
I'm just making sure.
Aren't you tired?
I'm always tired. What's the point?
Anyway, I think it's 10 to 2. Okay. And she extended it up to 20 people.
Nice.
So that means anybody that wants to go to attend that class should send a message. You can email NewJerseyParanormal@yahoo.com.
Hey, everybody.
Or you could do it through the page and just say, I want to go. We already had the 5 people picked out. We thought it was going to be 10 people originally. So we had the 5 people picked out. And now she's expanded it to 20. So that's a lot of people we could pick from. So it's free, no charge. It's a 1-day workshop where she's going to, I don't know what she's going to do, but we'll all be there for it. I'm sure that...
but here's the thing. We've got a little bit of insight because she invited the 2 of us to do another thing that she did at her house. And it was enlightening and educating. And I'm just like, I got a kick out of it. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about.
We talked about this during, if you were awake.
I wasn't here.
During that interview, you would have.
But I'm just saying. Yeah. So I'm saying from my perspective and not from John's perspective is that she is very interesting. She has a wealth of knowledge that she is so opening and sharing.
They saw the interview.
I'm saying
you
from
should go
my
back and
point
watch
of
it
view. Did you not hear the key words? My point of view, not yours, not hers.
They got to meet her. We did an hour discussion.
Oh, Lord have mercy, mister. You're not listening to what I'm saying. My point of view on it.
All right, let's rehash.
I'm not rehashing. I'm saying being there myself for a thing that John and I were invited in, I really enjoyed what she brought to the table. I had a really good time. And I think that the people that put into it that we bring there to do this are really going to have I don't want to say an awakening. I think they're going to be a little bit more open to certain things they might not have been open to before.
You're assuming that.
I am, because I was. It made me think things. It made me process things.
So someone may leave there and go,
and that very well may be the case.
Whatever, move on.
Very well may be the case.
Not everybody's you.
They're not.
Okay.
I'm saying, did you hear my point of view? Not yours.
Where's the, I know she lives down towards what we refer to in Jersey as the shore. I know she's in the Point Pleasant area.
So I think what they're asking is that the ones that are going to get picked that end up going will be sent the address to where it's going to be. Because he's not going to like put out the
Yeah, I'm not
address
gonna
publicly.
because it's I'm sure we're doing this in her home. So I mean, I'm gonna pick 10 people that that again have been following us for a while. You know, those people, you know, that come to all the events and stuff. They'll get first preference, I should say. Um, but it's open to everyone. I'm so bummed. 27 late camping. Oh, Laura. But no, that's my anniversary, so I was just wondering.
Oh.
I know it's down near.
Hi, Jonathan.
I know it's down near Point Pleasant. That's all
Yeah,
I know.
it's south.
So I don't really want to give any specifics, but I know it's going to be Sunday, and I know it's going to be several hours. That I do know. I
Hi,
think,
Francis.
like I said, I think it was from 10 to 2. I think. I'm pretty sure it's 10 to 2. So that's a lot of hours for a workshop covering a lot of things. So should be interesting. No, Marianne, but we're going to go through. We're going to see.
Send a request to
No,
come,
definitely
Marion.
send a request because not everyone's going to be interested in doing it. So I mean, we're just going to pick. I mean, we don't know how many of us are coming. So I know it'll at least be me, Chris, Danielle. I don't know if Colleen.
So basically, 5 people are taken out of the number.
Yeah, I don't know
of
if
the
Colleen
group,
said she's going to come or not, or Tanya, Kenny. I have no idea. We're assuming 5 of the group. We're leaving that number. So 15. We had a request from a good friend of ours, Mary Ellen at Liberty Hall, who, again, is a really, really good friend of ours. So if she wants to, she's coming. So that narrows it down to 14. That's a lot of spots.
Yeah,
That's
that was
a lot
more
of
than what we
spots.
thought we were going to be able to do.
Hey, Richard. So that's a lot of spots. So if you're interested, I know I talked to Nikki about it and a few others. Heather, if you're watching or if you're not watching yet, talk to Heather about it. So those spots are open. So that's one thing. Down the wrong pipe.
All right.
Yeah. So again, if you missed the discussion that I had with Gloria, I don't remember what day that was. To be honest with you, I lose track of the days.
Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Yep. We did an investigate. We did a live.
Yeah, it was 3 days in a row.
Yeah, we did investigation, and then you did the interview with Gloria.
Yeah. So if you missed that, I mean, go back and watch it. It's oh, Kathy, you're in. Send a request, you're in. Go back and watch the entire interview. You get a better idea of who Gloria is and what she does. Very honest person, but she's into a lot of different things, and she teaches this stuff in college. She said now at the college she's teaching, she teaches these workshops throughout the year. So I need to start doing my homework and watch that meditation video, which for me is.
She has a meditation video?
She sent me one because she thinks I'm going to have. See again, if you were engaged and watched our live, it's so funny because I'll even the rest of our teammates, I'll talk about something. Not that I expect them to watch everything and be part of everything, but I'll talk about something. They'll go, "Oh no, I don't watch any of the lives," and I'm like, again.
I missed one because I'm worn down and tired. Fell asleep. He didn't wake me up for the interview. So la-di-da-da-do. And I have been busy ever since.
Now, Kathy, you're definitely in, Kathy. You got nothing
Hey, Nancy.
to worry about. But so again, it's going to be a workshop, and maybe Chris will do tarot readings for everybody in the building too. We could do that as well.
Is that your nice little day?
I well, just thought maybe.
John likes to send out singers because that's who he is.
But anyway, send a message. 14 spots. That's a lot of spots. So there'll probably be enough for everyone who requests it because initially I think I got like 5 or 6. So again, there's 8 more spots than the request that I got. So I mean, like I said, Halloween weekend, something different to do. I have to start doing my homework. It's a
Yeah, it's on a
meditation.
Sunday, yeah. So it's is that what it's all about? Meditating and opening up to your
She's
ability
going to do
to.
a workshop to teach a lot of different things. Her, again, from what she described, I highly recommend you go back and watch.
Absolutely.
But she described it as that a workshop like this can help me and others become more in tune with the spirits that are around us that we're trying to communicate with. So, what that entails, I don't know. But again, I encourage you to go back and watch that and get filled in.
Listen, all I have to
Because
say,
these people here are looking for new content, and they don't want me to rehash what they watched.
All I'm saying, it's going to be entertaining enough if you're able to come to this to watch how he's going to react to it.
I'm going to totally
immerse
try
yourself.
everything.
Yes,
I am.
I'm going to.
Why wouldn't I?
I am going to enjoy that aspect of it 100%.
It makes no sense for me if I didn't. Why would I? I wouldn't go there. So
maybe after you do this,
I would give that slot to someone else.
Then maybe after you do this.
Look, I'm going to practice.
Okay. But are you listening?
No, I'm meditating.
But you're supposed to be in tune here. So maybe after you do this, I can get you to do a scrying session.
Gurant. Is it
open you up.
Gurant or Jurant? A Gurant. Am I pronouncing that right? Are you doing guided meditation? No, I will be, Patricia, after I take the course and I become Jedi Master. Then, yes, I will be doing the guided meditation at our events. I had people. And it would be better than anything you've ever seen before. Jurant. Got it. I want to make sure I pronounce that right. I had people after I did that, meditation thing all wanting apples at Liberty Hall. You probably didn't hear what I did. After the course, you will see the best guided meditation ever. Ever. When I learned. Oh, you better deliver. You better deliver. Guaranteed. You better deliver. Okay. And you better calm yourself. But anyway, it's open. Remember, October 27th. I'm pretty sure the time is 10 to 2, but don't hold me to that. It is a Sunday, so, and it will be around the Point Pleasant area. You're from Jersey. You know where that is. It's like exit, I don't know, 98 or something on the Parkway. But it's worth it. It's beyond worth it. And Gloria's, again, very knowledgeable. She's been doing this for many, 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 many years. So if you see me, my aura change, the color right in front of all of you as I start. All of this knowledge now comes in and my spirituality level grows. You may see my aura enhance some right in front of you. Mine disappear. Could happen. And then who knows what they'll be. Paranormal Savior now. Who knows what I'll be called after that. I mean, jeez. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. Send your request if you want to come. Yeah. I think you'll have a good time. At the very least, you do a workshop, see if anything, maybe there's 1 or 2 things that you'll use. And again, the fact that we're doing this together, most of the people that are probably going to come to this are people that probably attend our events at one point or another. Mm-hmm. So we'll all have had this workshop. So we'll kind of know, you know, even if there's another person or 2 in your group during an event, you can we can put it into together. How about that? And raise the vibrations, as they say in the spiritual business. God love you. Oh, I can't wait for this. That would be cool. See, Nicole's with me. Nicole, you want to be a Jedi Master, right? It can only enhance your investigation. 100%, Patricia. 100%. Again, that's true or not true. I mean, if it's something that works, then yes. But if it's just a bunch of hooey where I'm staring at a magic rock and looking at it for a while, and then yeah, not for me. But I am open-minded. I said it to Gloria. I'll try anything. You're very open-minded. I will try anything. You're very open-minded, aren't you? I am. Yes. Thank you for saying that. Yes. But we went to Liberty Hall. What was that? Friday night. We're not used to Friday night events, although we're going to have quite a few of them coming up in the very near future. It totally threw me off. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
It totally threw me off having a Friday night event because we haven't had one in a while. I thought for sure Saturday was Sunday. I was completely
threw
thrown
everything off.
Completely thrown off. And Liberty Hall. Now, I love Liberty Hall. There is a reason why Liberty Hall.
Hey, Sally.
There was a reason why Liberty Hall was on Kindred Spirits, why we got them on Kindred Spirits. There was a reason why we got them on Channel 11 News. It's because we really love the people that volunteer there, that run that place. We do think the building and the carriage house is active, and we do really like supporting them. They're just good people, and going in there and being able to do an event, we're looking forward to it, especially with the weather starting to change now. You know, a little get darker a little bit earlier, kind of little bit of a not a chill, but it's cooler at
night.
There's
a crackle in the air.
There's crackling, snap, crackling, pop in the air, and so we were all geared up and ready for it, right? So literally, we're about to start the event. We do the history part. I do a brief lecture. We get to where we're going to do this whole big introduction EVP session, and what happens? Right in front of the building, down the hill, is a wood chipper.
Hi, Christine.
Apparently, a tree had literally, I guess, fallen within the last few hours right in the road.
Yep.
And they're chipping this thing right down the hill. So you know what that does? Take your EVPs and
I'm out the window.
So it was rough for probably the first half of the event for me. Anyway, I don't know about anybody else, but I heard them, and I get such good EVPs in the carriage house usually, and you know, I don't hide my frustration well, so you know, you plan for things, you're hoping to continue where you left off the last time, and when you remove a really, even at the Creeper Gallery, when you remove a really cool tool out of the toolbox, man, that's difficult. Because nothing is better than a spirit response when you get a voice. Nothing. Nothing. Short of seeing something move or a shadow figure.
And that's right. Asking for the girl there. But Kathy was in my first group, and Kathy will be to tell you that even with what was happening outside, I guess it was a little bit more insulated.
Yeah.
And we actually got EVPs coming up from the attic of and French. Kathy, tell me if I'm correct. It was in your group that we got that French sentence that none of us knew what he was saying. And we got a few things that came through was communication, but we were getting.
So how do you know if it was French if you didn't know?
Because all right, like my last name, my other last name. It's French.
Yes. Unless she wants to take mine, and she can take mine. Because if she takes mine, is the only one is mine. The other one's.
All right, so it's the.
I get what you're saying. It's the accent.
Yes,
the enunciation.
It's the enunciation of the words. Yes, 100% French. We still don't know what it is. I need to play it back and try to decipher. But it is a male saying a full sentence. Now, interestingly enough, we were told that Mary Ellis, at the end of her life when she had a stroke, could only speak French.
Kind of bizarre.
It's because after she had the stroke, it's just the way her brain wired. So they had to communicate with her in French. So that in itself is unique. And then we get a French response. But we got a few other responses, but it got more active as the night went on.
Yeah.
For me.
Even the Creeper Gallery, again, I love being there. I love doing what we do there. But EVP is such a quintessential part of paranormal investigations. I mean, to be able to hear a live answer in a voice that's obviously not yours and an intelligent response, God, I love it. I love it. And to not have that tool in the toolbox, man, that's rough. It's really rough. And so again, we did our best. I had um, my friend Tracy, who I doubt is watching now. Tracy, it likes to talk a little bit, and that's like saying water's a little wet. Um, Tracy likes to talk a little bit. You have to kind of rein her in, and she's into this. And Joe's an awesome guy. Her husband and Tommy, love Tommy being there, and she had her sister Lisa and Greg, and yeah, there you go. Kathy was fun of that group too. So Tracy, you know, it's not a big room. I put Tracy in one little corner, and then 10 feet from her was her sister, and I'm mapping them with the SLS, and this figure appeared and like crawled up the wall and down towards her, and she ran right at me, and then she went back, and then she's like, I don't like this, I'm not liking this. She's by her sister, she's covering her head, and it's just hilarious, hilarious. So then, when I did the EVP session to finish up in that one area, Tracy was the very one to ask the question, and she got a response from a female saying, "I know her." So, because she's like, "Were you trying to scare me or whatever?" And I said, "I know her." So it was kind of cool. It was a female, and I said to her, "Not everything has to be scary. That's the thing that I get. Being in the dark and things happening is scary in general, but um, sometimes interaction is just that. It's just interaction. Like Travis. Travis showed us a scratch that went down his hand. It was a single line, like as if someone took their nail sideways and went down the hand.
Yeah, Danielle took a picture of it. She says that she's doing it. You did? She said in front of her it was getting redder.
That happened to the one on my arm. Remember the one on my arm? I was actually filming it and it was going down.
That would have been cool if she could have filmed it to actually be able to see that it was inflaming as she was, and getting the skin irritated.
I had one in a building where we were with objects and I got scratched and I felt the sting, and so I had to put the light on, put the camera on, and the scratch got bigger as we filmed it. It was really really cool. Travis, the scratch on the back of his, yeah. Travis is probably a magnet. I'm sure he's probably a little.
So Kathy said they heard your name, and then that you were called a smart.
No, not me. It was Greg.
It was Greg that got called that?
Yeah, Greg was up in the attic. Now, in the attic, the second floor of the carriage house is where the servants live. And if you go in that building, they have the stables, and then they have the other area where I'm sure they kept the hay and all the equipment and all that other stuff. And on the second level, it's in the summertime, there's no
You're living above horses,
and there's no air
in
there whatsoever.
I can just imagine what that was like.
So it was a little warm at that time of the night, and Greg asked, "Is it always this hot up here?" And the spirit box said, "Something, something. You're a smart ass."
Oh,
clear as day. Everybody heard it, clear as day, and I laughed because it was just like, yeah, like
duh.
What do you think? You think there was air conditioning back when we were here? Duh, but those are the kind of responses you kind of look at and go, I love it. I love it because they're intelligent. And then another thing that happened with Nikki, who's watching, I see, on the spirit box, I was getting full sentences at scanning at 250, which I do everywhere. Creeper Gallery, where you just get one word, one word, one word every now and then, one word. I was getting full sentences in that building. And the one response was, and Nikki made me go back and listen to it. I had her in a side room, and we were asking questions, and something said something like, "Nikki, you can remind me." It said something like, "You need to stop 11:53," something like that, and I missed it the first go around. And she's like, "Go back, listen to the very first question you asked. Somebody says something about the time 11:53." She said, "When I heard it, I looked at my watch, and it was 11:53."
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
So pretty cool.
But in Nikki's group, we got an EVP where it said what? 200.
Yeah, 11:53.
And then you got the when you asked Joy asked the question of, do you know what year it was, and it said the year in the proper way, which was
It said 2024
yeah.
instead of
I didn't say 2024.
2024.
It said 2024.
Yeah, which again, I like that building a lot. Like I said, my only frustration was the tree, but I love being in that building because I do think there's multiple spirits around in different areas.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that was really cool because I like to use the tour guides that are there because they are a wealth of information. We're never going to know more than what they know there. They live it, they breathe it, they do the tours. There's so much things that you can get that they can give you little nuggets that can add on. And I tend to, like, this last time I decided not to go and engage with Captain John. I stayed away from him a little bit and Mary Ellis because I was told that this is the time that they basically leave the servants in the house and they go to their vacation home. So they wouldn't have been at the house technically. I know, but I decided to do an experiment with that. So I decided to focus on Stuart and then up in the attic where all the servants stay. And believe it or not, we got responses based on that. Like, all right, Stuart never married, and Stuart passed away in 2002. And he was a ladies' man. He was known as a ladies' man. He liked the ladies. So whenever we go into his room and we're doing stuff, he tends to focus on the ladies and react. He reacted to we were joking in the group. It was my last group. And I was saying about being a ladies' man and stuff like that. And he lit up the lights all over in that one section. And then we were going around the room saying our names. And it just landed on Peter. And then we made the comment, Peter, Paul, and Mary, meaning music and being funny. And then I go, wait. He would have listened. If he was a ladies' man, he'd have been like Teddy Pendergrass. And then someone brought up Marvin Gaye. And Maria started singing Let's Get It On, and all the lights in the whole room, all the equipment went bing right across the thing. I said, I think we just hit on something. I think Stuart just let us know what his go-to music is.
But
and then
again, I don't know what year those songs were popular.
He died in 2002. The songs were before then.
Oh, that's when Stuart died?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, and the other thing that was unique was that when we were doing EVPs, and I think this was with Cheryl and Nikki and them, we did a playback from the attic, and a girl's voice comes through and said, "Can we jump now?" And we were all just like, so did somebody say that in the room? That's how clear it was. That it was a voice that said it, like you would think it was one of us who said it. So Cheryl played back her recorder, and there was none of us ever said it. So it came from the attic.
I wonder if he asked if we ever investigated the library. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is weird in there at times.
Again, if Marianne would ever consider letting us come back in for 2 hours and do a live stream. Problem is, it's so big, you couldn't cover the mansion and the carriage house.
No,
in
you'd
one
have to find certain spots and focal point on. I'd love to do the attic. I'd love to do the attic.
So, again, if you're just coming on now, I saw Donna, Teresa, Gloria, who was on the other night, the medium. I had mentioned that, well, she had mentioned what she would be willing to do like a workshop or a course on a day and let some people be part of it.
Hey, Donna.
We got her. She agreed to take up to 20 people in that course. So if you want to be part of that, send a message through the page. It's going to be Sunday, October 27th, Halloween weekend, which, how cool is that? I'm up for that big time. We're literally going to have the event at Centenary University Saturday night for Halloween weekend, and then going there and doing that. That's a pretty cool Halloween weekend, if you ask me. So if you guys want to be part of that, send a message through the page. There's probably 14 spots that are open for you guys. We're probably going to take up about 6 of those, and I know what what is it? It's a workshop. She's going to teach us how
That's
to
free.
better communication, how to better communicate with spirits and recognize that they're around. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but she teaches these workshops where she promises me that I'm going to be able to, be enhanced and better interact and in tune with the spirits in the buildings that I go into. So I know meditation is probably part of it and all this other stuff. So I'm open to it. It's going to be from like 10 to like 2, I think, maybe 10 to 4. I know it's going to be pretty long. And then, so like I said, if you're willing and you want to do it, she lives in the like Point Pleasant area in New Jersey. That's down towards the shore. So 14 people we can take with us. So if you're interested, send a message through the page. I have to give her a final number soon. So if you're interested, you got to send it and let me know. Going to Ireland. Okay.
Nice.
So I'd rather be in Ireland. But again, do I know if this is going to change anything or enhance anything? No. I don't know that for sure. I mean, but am I open to the idea of it potentially being able to do that? Sure. I'm open to it. And like I said, the meditation is so hard for me. And she described why, she said left brain, right brain. I forget which one, but the left brain is the one that's occupied. We heard this before. And the right brain is where, you're in tune, where all your intuition and.
So why? So what did she say? So you?
She's saying you need to shut down one part of your brain so that you can get the message from spirit. Because she said that's how she receives messages is through telepathy. She hears like thoughts and words, So that's what she gets when the spirit starts. And she said that if you're able to that's why Jane's the same way. They all say they do. I think Judy Kay, they all do some kind of meditative thing to get in that.
Yep.
So I mean, so she sent me a practice video which I haven't watched yet, but
I'll do it with you.
You're gonna be way better. You're gonna be doing it like 2 seconds and floating in the air, and I'm gonna be like trying to still color within the coloring lines of the color. I fall asleep during medication.
What gives
I
me
don't
my,
know. How
do you think gives me my
meditate?
Calmness and not flipping out or losing my cool dealing with some of the
but that's why I said you could do that. I can't.
Because I have an inner peace in myself.
We were talking about the whole drum thing, going on the beach and drumming and doing the meditation. I think on the beach I could do that. My zodiac sign, and I do believe in zodiac a little bit. I'm a Scorpio. I love the water.
You do.
I don't like the ocean as much. I don't like swimming in the ocean anymore because I almost drowned twice and I'm a pretty good swimmer. But I love looking at the ocean. I love looking at bodies of water, lakes. Yes, it's very calming and peaceful to me. So the idea of being at the ocean and sitting at night and just hearing the sounds of the waves and the
maybe that's
breeze,
your meditation right there.
I think that I could do. But being in a room around people, my brain is going to be.
Because everybody has to meditate in their own way. Whatever works for them and gives them that.
Well, you can send a message through the page too. You don't have to email. You can go right to the inbox and send a message. But 14 people. Again, as soon as I get that list, I'll fill it up and I'll send it to her and I'll be able to let her know exactly how many people are coming. But that's the date.
When I have to say
October 27th.
When
she sent me the guided meditation. I haven't even looked at it yet.
When we went to her house, we had dinner with her, and then we did that whole thing. She brought us in on an experiment that she was doing with other people for us to see what it was like and try. And just the two of them, I enjoyed 100% just listening to Gloria and John going back and forth. Because John, like, she was open to anything you said and whatever you had to.
She doesn't take offense. We had that same conversation. Okay, go back and watch it.
I know that, but I'm just saying, sitting there watching you two and the back and forth was very enjoyable for me, very
No, she don't take offense because I told her.
She doesn't.
I thought the light thing could be misconstrued because, and I told her that with the fire and the smoke. Come on, little crackles of flame. You could mistake that for angels if you took a picture and there was a flare and or the smoke. And she didn't take offense to that at all. She was just like, "No, you're a skeptic," and she said she is too, but she knows how I am. She knows how I'm wired.
She does.
I think that's why she's trying to do a Jedi mind trick on me and trick me into seeing angels in smoke.
Can she hypnotize?
I'll see angels in smoke if there's some edibles and some other stuff. It was an awesome discussion. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, we don't do enough of those anymore, and that's my fault because I don't really have the time to really reach out and book and set up interview after interview. And Lord knows there's only one of me.
There is.
So I apologize for that. I wish there was a way to set up more of that. I mean, we did get Madam once. Chris did that. And then there was did I say Madam?
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, send them. I mean, like I said, I'm just gonna pop them off. I'm gonna look at the list, and I'm looking at the people who are asking right now, and these are people that I know, and people that we've met, and people that have been to our events. Here's the thing, again. It's the same when it comes to anything that we do, and that's the same with events with Steve Gonzalez, events with Jawan, events with Kalani, events with Cody Satori, John Zaffis, whoever. The initial thought is for you guys. That's what the initial thought is. The people that have supported us, the people that have come to our events, that's who Adam Barry, that's who I want to have come in and join us for those things. Second thought is let's try to keep it affordable as we can, if it's at all possible. But even whatever we do here, we do with you guys. The spirit art stuff, you guys were involved in that. The dream interpretation, you guys were involved in that.
The drawings.
The past life things, you guys were involved in that. So, I mean, as much as I can include you guys in what we do, no, she's not going to do it Zoom. She only wants to do it with people that are in the room. She doesn't want to do it that way. But when she set up to 20 people, I was like, great, more people can come and experience this with us. And I promise you, if the magic rocks come out and I start not liking what's going on or think I'm going to be a distraction,
He'll be vocal.
I will get in my car. I'll go down to the pizzeria. I'll get a couple of slices, and then I'll come back later. But I am really going to try. I promise you, I will try. I'm going to take it 100% seriously. I'm going to walk in there, hopefully knowing how to meditate. I don't understand how people meditate. It is so foreign to me.
Your brain.
I fall asleep.
John,
how do you not fall asleep?
In all the years I've known you, you do not and never have, and I know why.
Sarah does yoga. Sarah does meditation. My daughter. You bring your magic rocks and cauldron.
Your brain never stops. Your brain is always even in your sleep. You guys, he has dreams all night long, and he moves and he does things. And I've been punched a few times in his sleep.
One time.
Oh no, a few times. I've gotten kicked. But you're. I'm trying to say your brain is always on. Even in sleep, your brain is never shutting off. And you have this thing where you cannot have silence. You can't have any time where you're not doing something. You're always in motion. You're in motion. You're speaking.
Please, if you guys can clip the part where she says I've been punched and kicked in my sleep, because it has rarely in 7 years
a few times.
Has happened.
But I'm just saying that you never stop.
And I've had a banshee screaming in my ear literally 4 nights a week until Valium made it stop. I am learning to shut down my brain. Not possible. I'm going to try. I
It
really
is
am going to try.
possible, but
No, it's not.
it takes.
We are scorpions. We are very pensive. Thank you. Nikki gets it.
It takes control. It takes repetition, but eventually you can do it.
I
But
tried.
you've got to. No, you're not committed, John. You want instantaneous.
I tried
if
that,
it
Laura.
Didn't happen
I tried
after,
that, Laura. I fell asleep every time I tried to do it on YouTube.
He does.
Every single time with the music.
He does.
And the guy's voice.
Like,
and I fall asleep.
And then he wakes
Is
up
that
and he goes, well, that didn't work.
But is that meditating? You're supposed to sleep?
Well, if you're tired,
how
it's going to do that.
How in the hell could you get in between sleep and wake? That's
because you were tired and you shut down your body.
Yeah, but that makes no sense.
Because you take things so you can go to sleep too. You don't sleep well if you don't. If you don't take your meds, you don't sleep.
That makes no sense to me that you could be between sleep and awake by meditating. You're awake or you're asleep.
You're just being too.
I'm just telling you, I don't think there is an in between.
Right in between.
I don't know how to get there.
You got to keep doing it until you.
Watch. My brain never stops. You need to learn to meditate. See?
Yeah,
we're all going to be useless in this class. Now I'm reading Nikki, Marianne, Kathy.
You're in the same boat as them.
We're all going to be useless. We're going to fail. We're all going to fail.
Why do you think it's something about failing or passing? This is something
it's
that's
a joke. Insert joke
saying,
here. We're in a class. You
can
fail a class.
See, he's getting all worked up already. You can do it, John. See, I figured out to do it. Now I enjoy it. And yes, sometimes I fall asleep, and then other times where I drift off somewhere else, but I'm not sleeping. See? You can do it.
None of you will fail. There is no fail.
You are a very
gold sticker
impatient.
for everyone who tries.
John will get put on medication that he needs, right? He will take it for maybe 2 times, and we all know certain medications have to build up in your system, right? John will take up. It doesn't work. The only thing it does is make you go to sleep, and that's no good, and I'm done with it. I don't want to take it no more. He doesn't realize that you have to take it and build it up and stay consistent with it.
One medication.
No, you've done it with a few.
No, I haven't. One. And it did worse than the Valium.
Oh, that's different.
I was supposed to take Valium 3 times a day. 2 milligrams. I was a friggin' zombie.
You are.
No more of that. I take it at night, and that is it.
No, it was
and
bad.
I'm still tired.
John would sit down, and I'd look over, and he was gone.
I am determined to, Marianne. I am going to master
so there you go.
meditation.
Right
you watch. Starting tonight, I'm going to turn on my first tape, or whatever was my first YouTube video, and I'm curious the one she sent me, because I didn't even look at it, to tell you the truth. But when that guy's voice comes on, and you hear that soothing music.
Why is that a bad thing?
It puts you to sleep.
So why?
It doesn't do anything but knock you out.
You know why? Because you don't rest.
I like to quiet my mind. See, Teresa too.
He doesn't rest. Ever.
They're all saying the same thing.
There you go, Christina.
I am the master of my own domain. And my domain doesn't shut off.
I think we all like to quiet our minds and not have those demons chasing us, or we're always thinking and worrying and processing things, and just enjoy. John, he can be in a moment, and even after the moment, it's not till later where he'll turn, and it'll be a great moment, and he'll go, I didn't really get out of that as much as enjoyment as I should have, because I was so worried about everything else around me that I did not immerse myself in that moment and enjoy it. And now I wished I could have. Maybe this will help you do that.
You're right. Well, I envy people that can do that.
I know.
My daughter does yoga. She loves it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying this to be critical. I'm saying this is how you are, how you function.
Yeah. Danielle said the same thing, that Jane taught her a few things. But like I said, I'll try. I'll try for sure. But I have till October 27th to master the art of meditation, which I will work on for sure. But literally, every meditate. Believe me, I want to meditate before I stop. Okay, oh my God, Nikki, I don't have the patience for that.
See what I just said?
No,
he doesn't have the patience. If it's not instantaneous, I'll try it once or twice. We're done. He doesn't get that you've got to build on it too. And so, what's the harm of taking the 2 weeks to do it instead of always being in the same place all the time?
Because, and this is boring. I know this is boring subject because it's not about anything. For hours, so with 10 minutes a day. When I meditate, if I focus on the person's voice and the breathing, I fall asleep. Okay. If I'm not focused on that, then my brain starts thinking about other stuff.
You don't listen to the person.
My brain wanders. How's it not wander?
So when you're listening to meditation,
but I do think I'm susceptible to hypnosis.
Oh, I know you are.
Because I'm scared of hypnosis. I am really scared. John starts snapping over. No way, Ron. No way. I have a phobia. I have a literal phobia of hypnosis because I think I am very susceptible.
And you are.
Because I've seen people do it, and I've watched the exercises that people do to try to see if you are, and I am like that.
So there was a hypnotist.
Hell
that
no,
didn't
would I ever
with
be
the
hypnotized
audience.
by anyone. Ever.
This is so funny.
No way.
John and I sat down and we watched this hypnotist, and he said, listen, I can tell just by this one thing, and you just follow the instructions whether or not you can be hypnotized. And the whole thing is that you do this thing, and if your thumbs or something move in a certain way,
you keep your thumbs together or something.
Yeah, and the thumbs will move. He goes, your thumbs will move if I can hypnotize you.
Focus on one thing, and if the thumbs come together, something like that.
He can hypnotize you.
It literally took a half a second for my thumbs to come together, and I went.
My thumbs are like this, and John's pinky goes, yep, no hypnotism.
No, but then he brings the people on stage, and he starts taking them through the exercises, and I start participating, the breathing, and I'm listening, and I find myself starting to drift, and nope, no way. I am afraid. I am afraid of hypnosis.
Maybe I should learn how to hypnotize.
I'm afraid of it. I am.
I know you are, because he's been offered many times to be hypnotized.
No one's taking my brain over.
A matter of fact, he made me go somewhere with him because he was afraid he'd get tricked and somebody would hypnotize him without him knowing it. So he made me go with him.
And again, I give her all the credit in the world for this. This is something we did when we had the old cable access show. We were going to do a past life thing.
Yeah.
I was sure the hell wasn't going to do it and make me look like a fool if I started crying about being little Susie on the field when I was a kid in my past life. That wasn't going to happen to me on tape, which was going to be aired. So ain't no help, because I know I'm susceptible. So she has to hypnotize you before she regresses you into your past life. So I'm like, no way, because again, I don't want to happen to me what happened. Tanya wasn't bad. She was funny. I was watching from the side, kind of like smirking and smiling, because Tanya was blank. She was hypnotized, man. She was.
Even later when it was done and we went out, we stopped and got something to eat and drink because she was still like in a fog.
Just a blank look. There was nobody home, and we knew it. So we're watching from the side of the set. We can see on the monitors, and she's taking her back, and she's just like, I'm on an island. I'm whatever period it was like 1800s. She's like, and I'm waiting on a mountain. I'm waiting for my father.
Yeah, she was on a cliff.
My father's not coming back. And she's like talking like she really was like deep in this thing. I was like, thank God I am not that person doing that right now, because again, she'd have turned me into a blubbering mess. And I would have said, we are not airing this show for nothing.
Yeah, you would have never done that.
Never.
No, you would never done that. I give Tanya all the credit in the world.
I would love to know again.
No, I'm good with
Past
that.
lives to me is
That's scary.
horse
It's
crap,
like
but
losing
that's
control of your mind.
no, see that? Yeah, no. But I wouldn't do it. See, here's the thing. Like, this is what I wonder, and I will get into a little of the paranormal aspect of hypnosis. We can't control our dreams. There's a lot of stuff in there that's just, again, someone said it best. I think it was Jefferson. Input. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Sensories. Our senses all day long while we're awake. We're taking things in, like our hard drive, downloading. We're taking in every single thing, every single moment of every day, and that's built upon from the time we're conscious enough to remember when things happen, like a certain age. Me, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I started at like the age of 6. I don't really remember anything, but I'm just saying, all that stuff is in the hard drive. It's in there somewhere, someplace. Maybe not everything. Some things are more vivid than others. Good memories, bad memories, whatever. But it's compiled. It's in there somewhere, deep within our cloud in our subconscious. So I think when they do the hypnosis and they do the past life stuff, I think what they're doing is just tapping in to the subconscious mind. Dream. So tapping in. You are now awake and dreaming. And again, now you're in that in between where you're susceptible to suggestion. Now you're in the in between. You're more in a dream where it's like, take me back. Where are you? Now, if you're in your dream, you're just in your dream. Like I have weird dreams where I'm here or there. I'm in a building that seems unfamiliar. I could tell you about the surrounding. I tell her my dreams every morning where I'm like, I'm in a building. Um, I'm in this warehouse or something. I've been in this building before, but there are people around me that I don't really recognize. But I go through, I could tell points. All of that's in here. It's somewhere.
Like
I've seen it. I've lived it. It happened. It's all in my cloud, in my subconscious. I think when they do the past life thing, again, I could be wrong. This is the skeptic in me. If they ask questions about time period and stuff, you could remember a historic building you were in, a movie that you saw about whatever, and I don't know. I just don't believe it. I mean, unless there's real names that are coming through and places, then I kind of believe it. But then again, I was wrong about that kid who was murdered. What was his name? Ash. He had a real unique name. God, I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name?
I don't know, but
you know
because you asked, as soon as you asked me, I had it, and then it went poof.
He had past lives where he remembered everything. He was reincarnated according to him from a child that was murdered, and he knew everything about that child that was murdered, and there's no way he would have known that.
Heather, John said send an email about the.
Not an email. You can send a message.
A message through the page about the.
But I do. I think.
I didn't finish what it is.
Go ahead.
The Gloria thing that we're going to do with the meditation. It's going to be October 27th, which is a Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 or 4. So just send that if you want to do it, okay?
So here's the thing. This is where I'm going to make the correlation. You go into hypnosis. We've seen hypnosis shows where they say power of suggestion, 1, 2, 3, deep sleep. When you wake up, you're going to be a knight from the whatever, and you're going to be in medieval times. That's again tapping into your subconscious and the power of suggestion. You can do the same thing with a past life reading. If you're doing hypnosis, they say it's meditation, but it really is kind of a form of hypnosis. Listen to my voice, focus on your breathing. They're taking you down that same road. So now if I said to you, again, in that state, if you are susceptible, take me back to the time. Take me back. Where are you now? Take me back to when you were, you were somewhere else, at another place. And now all of a sudden, again, your brain is like, what am I, I really do think past life regression is suggestion hypnosis. I do. Again, I'm a skeptic.
So if you think that, why are you so afraid of being hypnotized?
Because again, you're not in control of the power of suggestion. You're now, it's not the wake alert mind, like she was saying, the right side of the brain, that's not firing. You're not in control. If this side's in the lead, taking the lead, and it's the more lucid side,
Yeah.
then that's going to have more control. You're going to access more of
And
the
you're afraid
the
someone
stuff that
will
you
make
can't control.
suggestions or get you to
How
do
else do
stuff
people
you
get
normally
hypnotized
wouldn't.
where they're barking like a dog?
So do you think when you're being hypnotized?
Were they a dog in their past life?
No. But here's my thing. Do you think if somebody hypnotizes you that it takes away your willpower and that you would do something that you normally wouldn't
I think
do?
they could plant suggestion. Yeah,
And
they hypnotize people to stop smoking.
that's because somebody has a desire to quit. So what I'm saying, if
They're
somebody
planting the suggestion in their subconscious, in theory.
yeah, in theory.
Not that it always works, because it doesn't. But that's what the idea behind it is.
I'm just thinking to
I'm
the
just-
whole thing behind it.
I think again.
Because I don't think that anybody can get you to do, even under hypnosis, do anything that you're not willing to do.
I guess I believe that at some level.
Because I don't believe that somebody can hypnotize you and have that kind of control over your mind and your brain
So you think
and
it's
who
fake?
you are. Not fake. I think that the suggestion, if it's something you're comfortable with, because it is your subconscious we're dealing with, I think that will open you up to do something you normally wouldn't do, but you're okay with doing. But if it's something you're not willing to do and it goes against every fiber of your being, being hypnotized isn't going to have you do it. So if somebody suggests you're going to bark like a dog, and if you're not open to it, you're not going to do it. That's how I feel and believe. But that's my.
We were at Jane's one time, and Jane has this wheel. You know one of those crazy wheels where you spin it and it looks like the room is so like lines. She has that, and she uses that for
that's an optical.
For hypnosis. That's part of her thing. And she's like, "Do you want to see me?" She went to spin that thing, and I was like,
"You did?
Don't you even try that with me.
Thank you.
Do not even try that with me because I ain't even looking at it. I'm not looking at it." But anyway, so if you want to be part of that class, and we'll know for sure. Then I was not hypnotized, but in fact, the first time I did it, I could see that there were different ways to impress people. I don't believe in it. I really don't. If you could talk to 10 different people about past lives, mediums, or the people that do them, and they'll give you 10 different explanations for how it works and what they're doing.
Yep.
So I don't know. But then again, I don't think it's necessarily. I don't know what you would refer to it as. That Netflix special where there were people on that obviously. It's the strangest thing to me because there's a movie called Heaven Can Wait. One of my favorite movies, the first one, the original, is when the guy is they take him out of his body before he's going to get hit by a car. And he was a football player who was going to, whatever.
I've seen it.
And they make a mistake, Heaven, and now they got to find him a new body.
Can't go to the old one.
A temporary body until he gets into a body of an athlete who he could actually. So, Warren Beatty. I love that movie. I saw the movie on HBO when I was like, I can't remember how old. But anyway, I think there's a point where, in some cases, somehow the old soul is still, it's almost like a twin. You know how like one twin survives and the other one doesn't? Type of thing where some people have twins and one survives and the other. I think sometimes there's a mix up in the cosmic scheme where an old soul comes into what should be a new soul vessel, if you want to call a birth a new living person.
So like coming into this life with an attachment.
And it may be because, again, like a haunting, it may be because there are unresolved issues, like with that little boy. That kid was murdered, so maybe that little boy
Needed to let someone know and be.
or he just went to the somehow went right into another vessel, because whatever, wasn't aware that he was dead or stuff that happened. I think sometimes the lines get crossed, but if you notice, the people remember, but they're not those people.
Yeah.
That's the weird part of it.
And as they get older, the more that those incidences
they fade, because
they
it's like the memory
away.
of when you were 12 and you went to
Yeah.
the beach for the first time.
You lose that connection.
It becomes more of a memory than it did a real life experience. But that soul is no longer present.
Yep.
So that's what makes me think it's like Heaven Can Wait, where eventually it gets worked out where that soul is like, okay, we gotta that one doesn't belong in a physical body anymore. That one's supposed to transition and go. We've got this new soul here. They're together. They shouldn't be. We got to get that soul out and lead this life on its path. You know what I mean?
I do.
I know that's a strange
way to look at it, but
how else would it make sense?
Yeah.
That two souls can occupy one vessel, one. You know what I mean? I mean, past life is something different. Past life means, again, that
you're being recycled.
You are being recycled, and maybe you could regress and you recall some memories of a different life. But that boy, God, I wish I could remember his name. That's such a unique name. He was locked with that soul for a while. They were together until they weren't.
Astrid. This one was Astrid.
But they were locked together until they weren't. That's what was difficult about that one.
And she said that each year that he got older, the less and less that he had those.
Right. Because I think eventually, somewhere up there in the cosmic thing, somebody said, "Uh-oh, we got a rogue one here that's still left over. We got to transition this one over."
Confusion for him.
I think as he gets older, like you said, the thing about him is that there were actual Netflix. There's actually documented proof about what happened to him. So it's not just a story and a memory.
And the things that he was saying were happening in another state from years before, where he had no awareness. His mother didn't. It wasn't in the news. It wasn't in their state. These were things that were completely unknown.
He was 3 years old when it started.
Yeah. Well, he was having all kinds of issues, and then he started speaking and saying things that
weird.
Yeah.
It is a weird thing. Again, I know that the hypnosis thing, but past life's a tough one for me.
I don't think I can be hypnotized.
And again, another thing that Gloria said that I really don't agree with. I'm sorry, but I don't agree that we get to choose. If there is a past life, if we do come back, we get to choose. Because there's unresolved, we get to pick the vessel or the body or the person, or because she was talking about how even some people chose to be handicapped or mentally challenged because it's a different life experience. Living that way, they're kind of more pure. They're more, you know what I mean. And that some souls will choose to come back that way as a learning experience for higher growth. And see, that's a little much for me, because here's just a little example about that. If any of us had a choice, why would some have choices and not others? Okay, and let's face it, there are some of us who are very spiritual and live different lives, and some of us would choose a life of purpose, like Mother Teresa, where we're going to help people, we're going to help the sick, We're
Yeah.
going to take care of the needy.
She
We're going to do this. We're going to be a volunteer doctor or surgeon in some third world country where they don't have, great medicine or doctors. Whereas, let's face it, the majority of us, if we've lived ordinary, routine lives, and we can't, let's say we can't repeat what we did, have the same family, the same kids, the same wife. It's a whole new soul. It's a whole new life. You're not going to spin that wheel. You're going to say, I want to be Rockefeller. That is me. I ain't going to come back and be paycheck to paycheck guy.
But
I'm going to come back and say, I want to see what it's like to be the
But
elite.
you're looking at it from the lens of a human that comes with all of the issues and all of the stuff that comes from being a human. That we want.
I'm sure there's some stuff to be learned by doing that too.
I'm sure there is. But what I'm saying is that you're looking at it from a different standpoint. How do you know what the process is on the other side and why you would choose to do whatever? Do I believe that soul picks what their life thing is going to? No, that makes no sense to me, because if that's the case, then how would it fall?
Unless I come back rich. If rich is an option, I would come back. If I could be one of those, I have my own jet, boats, travel around the world, I'd give it another go. Otherwise, no way.
So why would somebody choose to come back to be handicapped or to be there? Let's face it, there are some people that get dealt certain cards that are difficult. They always make the statement that you live so many lives because you still have to learn. Well, how can you learn things if you're handpicking what you want to do?
See, but here's the thing, and I don't want to get bogged down in some say we choose our life. We don't choose nothing, Donna. Come on. Do you really think, again, I don't want to get too far down this rabbit hole, but do you really think someone chose to come back as a murder victim?
Or serial killer.
Or someone who was molested, or someone who, serial killer.
Why would somebody choose to be a serial killer or a rapist or a terrorist or these are things that would not compute into that figure of things.
Yeah, no way. So I mean, that to me, I respect your opinion, but I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, we could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, but this is the part of the thing, Donna, when it comes to the paranormal. I could be wrong about all of it. I'm just stating my opinion, and I could be wrong about every single one
and we're
of these
thinking
things.
from a human standpoint.
And it's an open discussion. It's an open forum. It's not that I'm right. I'm just telling you. I don't think we have a choice, and I don't really believe in past life. Here's the thing, too, and if you're religious, which I'm not, but like purgatory, okay? If you're Catholic, I guess, has purgatory. If purgatory is supposed to be the in-between, where if
you're being judged.
Yeah, you're being judged and all that stuff. Why would past lives need to exist if you're going to go through all that stuff in purgatory, where you got to pay for everything? Why just say?
Why would you be judged on your life?
What?
Why would you?
Yeah, but purgatory, you could spend time in theory in purgatory and then go to wherever you got to go, where everyone transitions to. So why would you need past lives? Why not just ride it out in purgatory and why go back and say?
Maybe you're given so many chances to
I think it's a fairy tale. That's a fairy tale.
Well, I think as humans' natures are we always like to find things that make something more pleasant, more palatable, more accepting of the way we think or the way we want things to be. So if you've been a bad person in life and you haven't been good to other people, now, okay, so no, you're not going to go to hell. You're going to be in purgatory until, you can repent and become a better soul so that maybe you can go into heaven. There's a way that we always do with anything in life. We like to paint over the dark stuff, the unpleasant stuff, and make it more palatable. And that's where I think maybe that comes from.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Kathy. It would take forever to really diagnose and discuss all of that stuff. These are just, again,
It's possible, Christina.
These are just
like a do-over. Yeah.
But again, it's like those movies where it's a do-over, and they get stuff like Tom Cruise did a movie where he like kept doing over. It sounds fairy tale-ish to me. I mean, the whole
But not
thing
only
is
that,
just,
but if you start listening and you start talking to people, and you can't rule these aspects out. You've got people who have known nothing but hardship and trauma their whole entire lives, whether it's a long life, a short life, and then you've got people that have lived what I would call the golden life. They've never wanted for anything. Maybe they've met the love of their life right out of the gate. They've never gone without food. They've never known hunger. Their family has been blessed with good things. So they've never been challenged or pushed beyond whatever. And life is wonderful and great and smiling and happy. You start talking to people with different experiences, and they're each going to tell you something different from that experience.
see, and then, like I said, then you go further down the rabbit hole and you say to yourself, why doesn't everybody remember their past lives?
Yeah, why only some?
And why does it take regression, meditation, or whatever
why can't we tap into
to
it?
call upon those memories? And then the other side of that, people will say to you, well, why are some people mediums and others aren't? Because we're not exploring the ways to tap into the past life regression, because we don't do those. See, it's that's what I mean. You'll never get satisfying answers unless you, I guess, yes, you try to experience things and do things, which brings me back to, again, am I open to this Gloria thing? I may go there that day and go through that workshop and have come out of there going, you know what? I want to follow up. I want to do this. I want to try a little more of that. Or I may come out of there going, well, say there's 6 hours of my life I can't get back again.
To be in a room full of friends.
It could be, but I'm just saying, I am hoping that I get something out of that.
So do I.
The reason to go there isn't to not get something out of that. Yeah. The reason to go there is to expand my horizons and give me more tools to use as I go forward in this field. That's the truth.
Knowing you like I do, I give you all the credit in the world that you are willing to try these different things, because the man that I knew many years ago would never have done any of this or even attempted any of that. So you have grown and you've opened yourself up an awful lot. And I give you a lot of credit for that.
Well, again, when Donna makes statues and people create t-shirts and action figures and hats, I mean, you feel like you owe it to them to be.
That's right. You need to be a better version of you.
You really have to. You owe it to them to live up to the expectations and the hype of who they make me out to be.
There you go.
You know, so I'm doing all I can, people. I am doing all I can.
Throw yourself on the sword.
So you'll see. After October 27th, the next event after that, I believe, is November 9th at Liberty Hall again.
Yeah.
And any of you who have tickets to that event will see my new Jedi tricks. And you'll see what I'm able to do, where I just go into a room and all of a sudden, yes, bright light, apparitions, furniture moving, it'll be something to behold. So if you have tickets to that, Nikki's car is going to be racing around in circles with the lights flickering.
Doing donuts.
Yeah. So you're gonna want to that one, if you're booked for that one. Be ready. All right, guys. It is Sunday night, so there's still tickets. Centenary is the only one that does have tickets. The secret October 12th event, we'll know about by the first week of September when and where. We'll have all the details for you.
Yeah.
The first week of September about the October 12th event in South Jersey. So be on the lookout for that. But Centenary University, as of right now, November 30th or the 29th, something like that. That's the only event that has tickets available for the rest of the year. That's it.
Yep.
All right, guys. So thanks for watching.
Although there's the meet and greet still at the prison.
Oh yeah. You guys. Yeah. Let me finish on that one too. November 16th, I believe that is, which happens to be 2 days after my birthday. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. If you want to bring stuff, I won't say no. Open house at Burlington Prison in Mount Holly, New Jersey. $5 for admission. Tour the prison, hang out with us. Our friend Ed Anderson will be doing runes and bone readings only for the first 10 people that sign up and donate $10 to the prison. You have to get there early. You have to get on the sheet. You have to donate $10. And he's only going to read 10 people.
And what time does he go?
That's it. And we're all there from 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
So come hang out for that. I'm going to advertise that more, but come hang out for that. That'll be a good time too. So that's it, guys. Not sure if there'll be a paper gallery this week. I have to cut a lot of clips for the auction that I just started working on. So if we feel like it, I know we don't have an event this weekend, so maybe we'll see how it goes. I see you looking at me side-eyed. So, but we'll see you. We'll say Tuesday.
We appreciate all of you guys too.
Or Wednesday.
Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy, and please remember to be kind to each other.
Remember.
Good night.
October 28th. I'm going to go live, and you're going to see.
The aura.
That's another thing.
Glow.
We'll go live that night. That'll be a Monday night. I'll go live after I have my new magic powers. Right here, you'll be able to see.
I won't be able to sit on the sofa next
to
you.
You watch.
I'll be blinded.
Send in the thing if you want to come. Send it through the page or email us. But 14 people, and then we're done. All right. We'll see you soon, guys.
Good night, everybody.